To walk in her footsteps is clearly quite emotional for me. As much as she did then, there is still so much to do.
This week, Harry pays tribute to his mother, Meghan speaks out about gender empowerment.
When you have that level of independence, my goodness, you can do anything.
And together they take on the Daily Mail.
We will firmly stand up for what we believe.
Welcome to the premiere episode of The Royal Report. So exciting. I'm your host, Sharon Carpenter, and this is my adorable sidekick, Lady Breadloaf. Say hello, girl. Now, from now on, we'll be your weekly source for all the latest royal family news, fashion, and fandom. Joining us right now is People Senior News Editor Erin Hill is here on the couch. Erin, how are you doing?
Great to be here.
Can't wait to chat with you in a bit, Erin. But first, the Royal Week in Review. Last Friday, Harry travelled to Angola and paid an emotional visit to the exact same location where his mother famously walked across a minefield 22 years ago. 2 days later, while he was speaking at a university in Malawi, Harry and everyone in attendance were treated to a surprise guest. Guess who? It was Meghan. Meghan was back in South Africa with baby Archie, of course, but she joined the event via Skype, and no one was happier than Harry, as it should be. On Tuesday, Meghan took part in a roundtable discussion at the University of Johannesburg, focusing on one of her passions, gender equality. That's a good one. The Duchess announced a new set of grants and scholarships designed to improve access to education for everybody. Also on Tuesday, Prince Harry released a powerful statement condemning the treatment of his wife, Meghan, that she's received from some British media. It's been quite vicious. At the same time, it was revealed that Meghan had filed a lawsuit against the tabloid The Mail on Sunday for their publication of a private letter written by Meghan to her father. And finally, William and Kate stepped out yesterday to attend a London event at the Aga Khan Centre, showcasing modern Pakistani culture. The couple will be travelling to Pakistan in less than 2 weeks for a 5-day royal tour of their own. So exciting. Now, I don't know about you, Erin, but I can't get enough of the amazing photos of Harry in Angola carrying on his mother's legacy.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite moments of the tour for sure. It was really poignant. You could see, the sincerity in this moment, and him literally retracing his mother's steps in Angola, and again drawing attention to this cause that is still very much an issue there.
Definitely, and he went back to that same minefield.
Yeah.
It's changed a lot since then. Tell us how.
So now it's a vibrant community. Back then, when Diana made that walk, it was still very much an active minefield, and she drew attention to that. And now we're seeing, there's buildings there, there's community there, kids playing around there. There's still one tree that's there, known as the Diana tree. That was one that she walked by. And so that moment Harry, crossed paths with that tree was really special.
Yeah, and she obviously made a big impact on that particular community. It was a whirlwind 10-day tour. What was your personal favorite story from the tour?
Gotta be our Archie moment.
Oh, yes.
Here we go, when, he's meeting Archbishop Desmond Tutu, humanitarian icon there in South Africa, and just getting a glimpse of Archie on his first royal outing.
Or Bubba.
Beautifully.
Little Bubba.
We did learn that Meghan's nickname for Archie is Bubba, yes. Yeah. So just seeing them interact together as parents, and, seeing Archie just really kind of come alive in this moment. Yeah. So sweet. Yeah.
It was quite an intimate look as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In that video.
And seeing Meghan as a mom, being very doting, and just Archie's got the biggest smile on his face, and we're hearing from friends and sources that he's just the happiest baby, and we saw it on display.
And quite a flirt,
yes,
as Meghan said.
Right.
He likes the ladies.
He does.
Now, I thought it was really interesting to hear Meghan discuss how Archie's feeding schedule impacted their itinerary on the tour. Tell us about that.
So they're keeping, they kept a really busy schedule for this 10-day tour, but Archie was the one that kind of defined, how it all came about. And she said they're basing everything around his feeding schedule. And for her first big outing, balancing motherhood, she handled it beautifully.
Yeah, and that's something that all parents can relate to.
Absolutely.
The royals really are like us,
yes.
after all. Now, before I let you go, what has People readers most excited right now?
Yeah, so our readers are really excited about the fact that Meghan stepped out on her own in South Africa as Harry was traveling throughout Africa. And we really got to see her champion on these personal causes that really mean a lot to her. She made a really special visit to a memorial of a young woman who was murdered earlier this year to draw attention to violence against women in this country, which is so prevalent and not covered widely by the media there. So she really used this time to shine a light on it.
Absolutely, some really meaningful
Yes.
causes. How impressive is her passion for gender equality?
Yeah, this is a cause really important to her. She's mentioned this on several outings. Even before she became a royal, this was a cause important to her. So really just talking about scholarships and grants for women and really empowering them and the importance of education. She went to a lot of developing countries and realizing that this is not prioritized among young women and girls. And so she wanted to go to these countries to really shine a light on this. She visited a couple colleges and schools in South Africa and met with students firsthand and was able to issue some grants that will really help a lot of women.
Absolutely. It was a chock-a-block schedule,
Yes.
wasn't it? What do you think is going to be the lasting impact of Meghan spotlighting these important issues?
I think we're really just seeing her come into her own as the Duchess of Sussex, and we're now seeing she's going to be championing these female empowerment causes. She's the, consummate feminist. Harry is as well, and she's really going to be championing these causes going forward.
Absolutely. Now, you probably need a little sleep, don't you? After this 10-day tour,
Yes.
another tour coming up
We're ready.
with Kate and Will.
Yes.
They're going to be heading to Pakistan soon.
They already said they're excited to try all the food and learn all about the culture, so it's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, I'm half Indian, so I love that Indian food,
Great.
Pakistani food, definitely. That shirt.
Yes.
I've seen that
Glad you
shirt before.
noticed.
Where have I seen this shirt
So
before?
this is Meghan's famous husband shirt designed by
Oh,
her
yes.
friend Misha Nunu. She wore this when she first made her official debut with Harry back in 2017. So
Who became the husband? How
it was
coincidental
exactly
is that?
just a couple months later announced her engagement. So I think she's being a little cheeky there wearing this shirt. So I had to wear it today.
Well, you look fabulous, as always, Erin. Thank you so much. You're going to head back to the newsroom.
That's right.
And we'll see you soon.
Great.
Okay, now it's time for tea time with Michelle Tauber. Hey, Michelle, great to see you. How's it going?
Great, Sharon. I'm so excited to be here for the first show.
Well, we are thrilled to have you, that's for sure. As People's senior Royals editor, we rely on you to bring us up to date on all the latest rumours brewing across the pond. So today, we'd like the hot tea on this lawsuit. But first, take a look at this clip from Harry's speech yesterday.
We will do everything that we can to play our part in building a better world. We will always seek to challenge injustice and to speak out for those who may feel unheard.
So, Michelle, give us a lowdown on the lawsuit. What's going on?
Yeah, there's a lot going on this week. Unexpected way to kind of end what has been a really triumphant tour for Meghan and Harry in South Africa. We learned on Tuesday that Meghan had filed a lawsuit against one of the UK newspapers, the Mail on Sunday, and their owners in regard to a private letter written to the Duchess that she felt violated her legal privacy, having that shared. But what really made the news as much as the lawsuit was the accompanying statement from Meghan's husband, Prince Harry, which was unexpectedly emotional. Really, a side of Harry we haven't seen since he first spoke out on her behalf back when they started dating in 2016.
Yeah, it was a really sort of intimate insight into some of the suffering they've been experiencing. How significant is the timing of Harry's statement and the lawsuit? Why now?
So that's a little bit, it's a little unclear the exact timing. The palace has basically said this that the timing of the announcement of the lawsuit is for legal reasons. It had nothing to do with the tour itself. Although, I mean, it came as they were, again, kind of finishing on a really high note in South Africa. And then here we are getting some pretty kind of a bleak outlook from Harry himself on the suffering and bullying he describes Meghan having endured over the past 9 months or so.
Yeah, obviously something they've been keeping inside for a long, long time, and it was finally time to tell the world what they've been experiencing.
Exactly. And, we hear Harry in this emotional letter talking about invoking, his mother, the late Princess Diana, and how, he watched what happened when someone he loved was commoditized, as he put it, and how he acknowledged it was a gamble to file this suit and to take such a public stance. But he said, I've seen what happens when you don't stand up for what you believe in, and this is my wife, and I'm going to do everything I can to protect her.
How tough do you think that was for Harry to go to that place where he spoke of what he went through and what his mother went through?
I think, as you said, Sharon, it's something that for Harry is always, I think, right below the surface. And I think he does what he can to, keep that as private as possible. But in this case, it seems as though he felt that he just could not contain what he saw any longer as a complete violation of his wife's privacy and these sort of what he sees as relentless, unending attacks. One of the points he made is there have been a lot of great press reports about our trip to South Africa, but this is the same woman. My wife is the same woman she was on her wedding day. She was, when she welcomed our son, and yet, what changed? He sort of made the point that you can't, to the press, to the British tabloid press, that you can't pick and choose, which days you decide to treat her favorably and which days you decide to attack.
Absolutely. And they've been putting on a brave face. I mean, so charming, always smiling, despite the pain they've been feeling inside. Now, of course, we know that People has been providing world-class coverage of the royals for years, but how great was it to see People's reporting on the lawsuit featured in the New York Times? Pretty epic.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, when Meghan's friends chose to speak to People, they came to People because they felt that they could be, that they could trust us to share their words, their thoughts in a fair and honest way. And that's always, our aim. And I think, that the story that People broke back when her friends came to speak with us was in their own words. It was their own take on this, this dear friend that they felt was being misrepresented in the media. And obviously we know now that Harry felt the same and that he still feels that way. And then, decided he had no choice but to speak out himself.
Absolutely. What do you think are the next steps we're going to see, either from the British media or from Harry and Meghan, where this statement and this lawsuit's concerned?
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll see his lawsuit work its way through the courts unless, it's resolved sooner than that. And I think as far as Harry and Meghan's public statements, we saw just one day after the lawsuit was made public, Harry giving this very powerful speech that we just watched a few seconds of. And it was clear that they're not backing down. That was the message there. We are standing up for what we believe is right. It's not always easy, but it's the right thing to do for us. And I think we can expect more of that to come. They're certainly, unwavering in their view of what needs to change.
And they're doing it together. And I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely teamwork.
Thank you so much for joining us, Michelle. I always love spilling the tea with you, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you. We have to go to break right now, but when we return, we'll be speaking with someone who spent 4 days with Harry and Meghan on the royal tour. Who could it be? Can't wait to find out. Welcome back to the Royal Report. Now, our very own royal insider, Simon Perry, just spent 4 days in Africa covering the royal tour, and he snagged some exclusive footage for us, which he shot on his phone. He's very resourceful. He's joining us right now via Skype. Hi, Simon. How are you?
Hi, Sharon. I'm so excited to be with you today and talk about the royal tour.
As People's chief foreign correspondent, you have covered a ton of royal tours over the years. What was unique about this one?
I was thinking on the plane going down to South Africa that I'd done the same trip myself back in 1997 for the first time, when Prince Harry for the first time went to South Africa. He was taken there by his dad shortly after Princess Diana's tragic death in August 1997.
You were there for the very first event of Harry and Meghan's tour, weren't you? Very cool. What was that like to attend?
So my favourite event of the Prince Harry and Meghan tour of South Africa was the first one, in fact. I think it set the tone of the visit. Their visit to Nyanga, troubled township on the edge of Cape Town. I will never forget both of their speeches and the wonderful reception that they received from all those young girls. The atmosphere was joyful. It was noisy. It was colourful. There were bands playing, and the couple couldn't help but join in the dancing.
Now, the next day you followed Harry and Meghan to a Waves for Change event at Monwabisi Beach. The footage you captured, absolutely fantastic. Good job.
Yeah, it's a group that helps with the mental health challenges of a lot of the young people in really, really rundown parts of South Africa. And these little exercises or games that they play with them do help bring on the confidence and build the self-confidence of many of those young people they're helping.
Later that day, you saw the couple travel to South Africa's oldest mosque. Why was that visit so significant for them?
It was very important for the royal couple to immerse themselves or talk to as many different groups as possible when they're on these tours. And the visit to the Awal Mosque in the Bo-Kaap area of Cape Town was very important. It's the oldest mosque in South Africa. In some ways, Meghan was following in the footsteps of her late mother-in-law, Princess Diana, in going to a mosque. There are many pictures of Diana with a headscarf on going to visit mosques, as has Princess Kate when she was in Malaysia with Prince William a few years ago.
Now, Simon, my favourite videos that you sent us were from South Africa's Heritage Day. Seemed like a huge celebration, dancing, singing, bright colours. Loved it.
On Heritage Day, which was a public holiday in Cape Town in South Africa, the couple had a walkabout through Bo-Kaap area of Cape Town. It's a really colourful area. Each house seems to be painted a different colour, so the homes almost reflect the Rainbow Nation as South Africa's been called in the past by Nelson Mandela. Everyone was out in the street. There were cookouts. There were brass bands playing, and there were lots of children with flags and so on. It was a really great atmosphere. Seeing the couple engage with everyone and enjoy the colourful nature of the street was very memorable. My biggest personal takeaway from the tour of South Africa with Prince Harry and Meghan was how much we can see already that these two are going to be global players. They're going to have an impact not just in Britain, not just in America, but right across the globe.
Simon, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your incredible experience. I am so jelly, by the way. That means jealous. I really am. Now, we have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll be breaking down all the best royal fashion from the past week. Won't we, Lofi? Yeah. Welcome back, guys. I am now joined by People's senior style editor, Brittany Talarico is here with us.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm so happy to be here.
So excited
talking
to
about
have
my
you
favorite
here.
subject, royal style.
Yes, royal style
Yes.
and fashion. Well, before we dive in, let's have a quick recap of some of the stunning royal looks we've seen this week. On Monday, Meghan made an unannounced appearance at Victoria Yards, an artist collective in Johannesburg. She stepped out in an indigo blue dress, gorgeous, detailed with buttons down the front. The gorgeous frock was from Aritzia's in-house brand, Wilfred. Loved that one. On Tuesday, Meghan continued her solo duties with a visit to the University of Johannesburg to discuss the challenges faced by young women accessing higher education. She sported an affordable khaki Banana Republic trench dress. We love that word, affordable. Later that same day, Meghan did a quick outfit switch before heading to a Johannesburg school. She wore a green short-sleeve cotton shirt dress with a belted waist by Room 502, which retails for $455. Not bad. And not surprisingly, this dress is already sold out. We knew that already, didn't we? Finally, on Wednesday, Kate made her only public appearance this week at a London event showcasing modern Pakistani culture. She wore a gorgeous flowing teal and emerald maxi dress from A. Ross Girl and Solar. Now, I don't know about you, Brittany, but one of my favorite looks, definitely Kate's outfit, combining the teal with the emerald green, a lot of color. What did you think?
I just love seeing Kate in color. She looks confident, she looks beautiful. I feel like it played up her beautiful highlights.
Yeah.
And I love this kind of, it feels like a fall mix, like it's a change of seasons, and she looks beautiful. And she even brought the color into her shoes. She's wearing like that kind of forest green into her shoes, which I think is incredible, that she kind of tied it all in. It's like a really great way to kind of show almost a color blocking effect.
Do you think she's being a little more playful with her fashion these days?
Definitely more playful. She's kind of pulling new designers. You know, we haven't really seen her in something from this brand before.
Experimenting.
She's experimenting. I love to see that. That dress is already sold out on Net-a-Porter.
Of course.
Right? Everything, we like to say, everything the royals touch turned to sold. Oh, they're gone.
Absolutely.
They are the ultimate,
right,
they're the ultimate style influencers. And it's incredible. And my favorite part of that look is she's wearing these beautiful zine earrings that cost $8.
That's it.
$8.
Okay,
right?
where can I buy those? I need those right now.
Talk about a high-low mix. She loves to mix high and low styles. You know, it's a key kind of cornerstone of her wardrobe, which I think is so great. And there's always kind of a hidden meaning with, you know,
yeah,
that
she's very deliberate.
She's
really
very,
with her fashion.
very deliberate with her fashion. And those earrings, Zine is a Pakistani designer.
Yeah.
She's at an event celebrating Pakistani culture. They're about to go on this royal tour there.
Exactly.
So I kind of loved that kind of tribute that she put in, you know, that she
lets
wore.
the events really inspire her and the direction she's going to go in with designers and with the
100%.
style. Yeah, I love it. Wow. I would like to know what's the royal look that has you most excited this week?
I have to say it was Meghan's Banana Republic trench dress.
Ah, the trench dress.
I love that dress. I love that I could buy it at Banana Republic if I want to, that I could
Except it's sold out, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, but I could steal her style. It feels accessible, and she's so comfortable in this style. She loves a belted waist silhouette. I love the monochromatic look on her, and she, again, a high-low mix. She has, you know, a $138 dress with Stuart Weitzman pumps.
Yes.
Right? So
there's always something we can afford.
There's always
in there.
something we can afford in there, which I really like. And I even like the structure of the dress paired with her beautiful loose waves. Yeah. Like, so she has some structure, but then that California cool girl in her hair, you know, I just
comes
think
out as well.
I was so excited. She looked just effortless. I think when it comes to Meghan, it's like this effortless kind of style that she has.
Definitely. I thought it was interesting that she wore sort of back-to-back trench dresses that were very similar. Both were gorgeous, but it was hard to tell the two apart, wasn't it?
It was, and like just days apart, right after each other, back to back. And that dress, the Noni dress, is from a Canadian label, Noni, which she loves, was also a rewear. She's been recycling a lot on this tour. I think, you know, sustainability is one of the platforms that really inspires her, so it's kind of nice to see her pulling from her wardrobe. And she loves that silhouette. I think she feels comfortable in it. You know, she's a new mom. She looks great in it. It looks great on her. So I think she's very relatable.
And it was warm out there as well, so
hot.
cool enough fabrics, but you're still looking put together and smart.
Totally.
Brittany, thank you so much for helping us.
Thank you for having me. How much fun.
Yeah, so much fun. Fun and fabulous week in royal fashion.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
We're going to see you again very soon.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the next royal tour.
Exactly.
Be
What
great.
fashions are we going to see from
I know.
Kate? Can't wait to find out. Kate. Now it's time for a trip across the pond for a segment that we call London Calling. People London correspondent Monique Jessen shot this entire story on her phone. Yes, she did. It's awesome. Take a look.
I'm Monique Jessen, and today I'm calling you from Chelsea in London. I'm outside Amaya, which is one of Kate Middleton's favourite stores for children's clothing.
Hi, I am Amaya, and this is our London store. Yeah, it was quite a surprise. First time when she came in with her mom, she said, hello, I just had a baby, and could you just help us pick a few items? And we're just very surprised, and she was amazing, super natural, like any other new mom, very excited, and you know, sharing everything with her mom. So it was amazing. Yeah, the socks, it's been a very popular item for us because of the way Prince George wore them, like knee-high socks. We've been selling them for many, many years, and I think it's always been part of a classic way of dressing when you wear shorts for boys. The colours he wears, it's all the blue shades, and they just look really nice. It's been very popular, and it's been adopted by many people since then. We send them all over the world, and sometimes so far away that they buy one pair of socks and the postage costs more than the pair of socks.
Princess Charlotte, the 2-year-old daughter of Prince William and his wife Kate, started nursery school today.
This coat, the one Charlotte wore to the first day of nursery, it was a big seller. It's a really nice product actually. The quality of the wool is super nice. It comes from Austria and then it's all put together in Spain. And it comes in many different colours, but it's quite fitted and it looks really nice. And it's very comfy because you can move around and it's very easy to wear. That's why I think it's quite popular.
The first day at school is never the easiest when you're just 4 years old.
Those are the shoes Charlotte wore for the first day at school. She seems very happy. I'm very proud. Yeah, they're Navy Mary Jane classic shoes. We've been doing them for many years. They're made in Spain. It's calf leather. It's very soft leather. And we do them in classic, like chocolate brown and navy, burgundy, grey. And it's every year, every season is the same shoes. I love how they look. I think they mix many different pieces, many different styles, like a very classic, chic, elegant, but very playful also, like easy to wear, easy to play with, as we can see sometimes, you know, when they send pictures of them playing around or kicking their football. It feels amazingly proud seeing them wearing, you know, our clothes. I feel such pride, joy, you name it, because they look so sweet. They look so nicely put together. It's just everything that we stand for, and I think they have an amazing taste. And it's so representative of what we do that it's just, you know, I couldn't feel prouder.
How gorgeous was that? This is Monique Jessen, and this is London Calling.
Oh my God, how adorable were those outfits? Do they come in my size? I hope so. It's time for another break, but when we return, we'll be taking a deeper dive into where Harry's love of Africa actually came from. Welcome back, guys. Now, it's been more than 20 years since Princess Diana tragically passed away, but as you saw during this royal tour, her humanitarian legacy is still very much alive. This next segment celebrates the People's Princess, and we hope it will be the first of many here on the Royal Report. We call it the Diana Diaries.
She was the People's Princess, and that's how she will stay, how she will remain. In our hearts and in our memories, forever.
Princess of Wales was the title Diana was given the day she married, but the People's Princess was a name she earned through nearly 2 decades of humanitarian work.
Diana approached charity work in a very different way to the rest of the royal family. Before Diana came along, it was basically just opening fates, cutting ribbons, launching champagne bottles into ships. Very formal and very from a distance. But Diana just shook this up. She got down on the ground, she talked to kids, she touched patients, she heard their stories, she listened to them, she gave them a voice, she comforted them. She was the People's Princess.
In March 1990, Diana and Charles traveled to Nigeria and Cameroon for a week-long royal tour. This was the 28-year-old princess's first trip to sub-Saharan Africa, and she made a point to shine a light on several local causes.
While in Nigeria, Diana attended a rural women's fair and a leprosy hospital. When she was in Cameroon, she went to another hospital and a school for deaf children. While this was an official royal visit with several official state banquets, Diana definitely seized this opportunity to shine a light on a lot of local humanitarian efforts.
3 years later, Diana returned to Africa, this time by herself. The 32-year-old princess spent 4 days in Zimbabwe meeting with refugees and leprosy patients.
When you have a visit by a noble person like Princess Diana, naturally you feel elated.
Looking back, it's really sort of surprising to see Diana alongside Robert Mugabe. Now, of course, we know him as one of the world's most brutal dictators, but at the time, it was not considered out of the norm for Diana to have met with him.
The princess's trip is designed to highlight the work of British charities in Zimbabwe. Last year alone, the British government gave the country nearly £50 million, its biggest single aid program in Africa.
Diana had a knack for really understanding where some of the most vulnerable people in the world needed her. And one of his issues was leprosy. And she knew the power of her celebrity, and she wanted to make sure that the people who needed attention most in the world got it. So for her to travel to a place like Zimbabwe where it wasn't necessarily getting the attention of the world's media, it changed everything. And Diana was able to really impact the way that the world saw Zimbabwe just by putting it in front of people's eyeballs, because no one else had her power.
In August 1996, Diana's divorce from Prince Charles became official. 5 months later, in January of 1997, she was back in Africa, spending 4 days touring war-torn Angola in support of the Red Cross's mission to ban landmines.
Yeah, I'm only trying to highlight a problem that's going on all around the world. That's all.
Diana no longer had her Royal Highness title, but this was still a huge departure for the royal family, to basically be involved in something that could be seen as political and for making a political statement. So this was a bold new move.
It's been said, though, that you're aligning yourself with Labour policy. Do you think that's wise? Labour? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
We have really to keep the programme going.
Thank you very much.
One of the things that really moved her to want to take action was learning that Angola had the highest rate of amputees in the world. 1 in every 333 Angolans. They had had decades of civil war, and essentially during those wars, these mines were laid underground, and then they were never recovered. So average regular citizens were suffering because they wouldn't know where the mines were.
She was horrified by that. She thought these things were used in warfare, but they wound up maiming and killing people for decades to come. She wanted to change that.
She was led through a minefield today by a British team who are making the area safe. The princess shown the danger they'd unearthed hidden just below the surface.
Diana made the shocking decision to walk through an active land minefield. There were photographers snapping every single second. It was just such a groundbreaking moment.
She was photographed on a minefield, literally a minefield, where there had been bombs that had gone off. And she was photographed with the full visor and protective visor. And this image went around the whole world. It's something that you always remember of Diana when you think about all the work she did.
This visit has given me the opportunity to experience at first hand the suffering caused by anti-personnel landmines on the people of Angola. It has convinced me that I must continue to play a part in the ongoing worldwide campaign to ban landmines.
Just 2 months later, Diana returned to Africa for the final time. The 35-year-old princess traveled to Cape Town, where she met with the 78-year-old South African president, Nelson Mandela.
Mandela was so impressed with Diana. He loved the work that she had done in terms of drawing attention to the AIDS crisis in Africa and to the problem of landmines there. He said when she walked out of the room, he was just trembling.
Nelson Mandela later said that Diana actually influenced his decision to try and promote getting rid of landmines in South Africa as well.
On August 31st, 1997, only 5 months after meeting Mandela, the People's Princess was gone. But her legacy as a humanitarian lived on. The following month, the Diana Princess of Wales Memorial Fund was created in response to the millions of dollars in donations that were flooding Kensington Palace. And that December, 122 countries signed the Ottawa Treaty, an agreement designed to eliminate anti-personnel landmines around the world.
I'm not a political figure. I am a humanitarian figure, and always have been and always will be.
The Royal Report will be right back. Welcome back to the Royal Report, guys. Joining me right now is Caitlin Menzer, the co-host of one of my favourite royal podcasts, Royally Obsessed. We're obsessed with it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Caitlin, how are you doing? Great to see you.
I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
Good. It's happy to have you. Now, the Africa tour has been such a hectic but inspiring 7 days for royal watchers. What story have you been obsessing over yourself?
I mean, I will never, ever forget the moment where Harry and Meghan met with Archbishop Desmond Tutu, with Archie. I mean, first of all, it was our first really big peek of Archie, but also it's just such a special moment to have this anti-apartheid activist meeting with their baby, just unforgettable.
And it was just all smiles and laughs. Archie, obviously a very friendly, happy baby, likes to socialize by the looks of things.
Yes, there's one amazing photo where he's sort of reaching for a platter of cupcakes or cakes, which I think we can all relate to.
Oh, I think so. I wish we had a platter right now. And then we saw Meghan in a number of affordable brands while on the tour. We love affordable, don't we? But how cool was that?
It was amazing to see that. I mean, Everlane, J. Crew, Madewell, that girl loves Madewell.
Yeah.
So
She absolutely does.
I was very happy to see that.
Yeah. So styles that we can afford.
Yes. I mean, I think everything is sold out now. That's usually how it goes with the Meghan
That's
effect.
the only problem.
Yes.
It's affordable, it's gone like that.
You have to move really quick.
Absolutely. Meghan also re-wore several outfits from the tour, or on the tour from previous occasions. Was that a surprise to you? What message is she sending by all these rewears?
I was really surprised at the amount of rewears. Like, every once in a while you expect her to throw something in to seem down to earth and relatable, but this was really like almost every day we had something that was reworn, either from a previous tour or from previous events. And
Why
so
do you think that was?
I think she was trying to convey that the fashion is not the most important thing about these events. She's trying to show you that she's here for a charitable purpose and to bring attention to the causes, and it's not all about the glam,
Good
glam,
point.
glam.
Listen to what I'm saying, not necessarily what I'm wearing right now. Okay, I like that. How relatable is Meghan because of this?
I think it really just helps that, you know, she's choosing more affordable items and also re-wearing them. It's so funny to me always that re-wearing an item of clothing is relatable because, of course, that's what people do.
Well, with Instagram, a lot of us don't really do it anymore, right? Yeah, it makes it difficult. Yeah, we leave like a year in between.
Yes, of course. So it's just, you know, once more she's bringing things down to earth and just re-wearing clothes. Like, how easy is that?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm guessing you follow all the royals on social.
Oh, I sure do.
Yeah, well,
sure
you're going to
do.
like this next segment.
Oh,
then,
exciting.
'cause guess what? This is the Social Media Minute. Check it out.
Hey Sharon, the Royals posted a ton this week, and it was really hard to fit it all in 1 minute. Cue Big Ben, and let's go. On Monday, Harry took over National Geographic's Instagram page as part of his Looking Up campaign, which promotes the vital role trees play in our environment. Users were encouraged to share their own photos of trees, and Harry reposted some of them. What an awesome way to support Harry's passion for an eco-friendly planet. On Tuesday, the Queen's love of the environment was highlighted on the royal family's Instagram page. It showed these photos of her throughout her life planting trees. Over 50 countries have followed her example in conservation efforts, and it's so inspiring to see her leading the way in the world's green initiative. Also on Tuesday, the Sussex Royal Instagram page got a refresh. Each month, Harry and Meghan choose a new theme for the causes they highlight, and October will be all about community. The coolest part is that they've asked for our suggestions for organizations to follow. I can't wait to see the causes they spotlight. And finally, Harry honored his mom this past Friday with a tribute post to her work to ban landmines. While Harry referenced her throughout his Africa trip with Meghan and Archie, this post truly reflected the impact she's had on the world. That's your Social Media Minute. Back to you, Sharon.
Thank you, Gillian. That was our social media correspondent, Gillian Fleischman. Awesome job. Now, Caitlin, did you have a favorite royal post this week? What was yours?
I did. It actually wasn't in that minute, but it was related to something in that minute. They posted several photos this week of Meghan having group hugs with some of the children she was meeting.
Lots of hugging.
Yes, and so my particular favorite one was where she was in Victoria Yards in Johannesburg with a group of younger women, and it's just, she looks so relaxed and so genuinely thrilled to be with these people, and I just loved it.
Just makes you smile when
Yeah.
you see all that hugging going on.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that one as well. Now, we have to take a quick break, one last one, but we'll be right back with This Week in Royal History. Welcome back, guys. Caitlin Menzer from Royally Obsessed is still here hanging with us.
Yep.
Caitlin, are you ready for this week in royal history?
Oh, I sure am.
Let it roll.
Just 2 weeks after officially joining the force, Prince William has taken part in his first flight as a search and rescue pilot.
On October 2nd, 2010, Prince William successfully completed his first mission as a co-pilot of the Royal Air Force Search and Rescue Team.
It's rewarding because every day you come in to work and you don't quite know what's going to happen. It's quite exciting in that sense. It's unpredictable.
The 28-year-old royal, known as Flight Lieutenant William Wales to his fellow servicemen, was part of the 4-man crew on board a Sea King helicopter dispatched to an oil rig off the coast of northwestern England.
With the team environment there is in the cockpit, it's very much sort of big family in the sky, and the guys do a fantastic job.
There, the team picked up a worker who had suffered a heart attack and transported him for roughly 10 minutes through squally winds and moderate turbulence to an ambulance waiting on the mainland.
And can it get hairy? Oh yeah, it gets very hairy, especially when you've got someone like me at the controls.
The man was then sped to Blackpool Victoria Hospital, where he was treated and later described in comfortable condition.
It's great that you get to go out and actually save someone's life, hopefully, or at least make a difference to someone. You know, when you know that they're in trouble, you do everything you can to try and get there, and the guys demonstrate that every single day they go out.
Wow. Caitlin, can you imagine looking up and there is Prince William there to rescue you?
It might give me another heart attack, but yes.
Oh, I know, right? Well, it has been quite a week. Thank you so much for joining us, Caitlin. We appreciate it.
Anytime.
And I want to thank the adorable Lady Breadloaf here for helping me break down what's been an incredible 7 days for royal watchers. You had a good time, didn't you, gal? I know you did. And remember to follow People on Twitter to watch the newest episode of The Royal Report, streaming every Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm Sharon Carpenter. Ta-ta, till next time.